What's up, YouTubeites? Welcome to Lords of the Long Box presents the CovrPrice Top 10. Happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers out there and all the mothers of our furry four-legged friends and furry two-legged friends, whatever furry animals you have. While you guys are congregating, you know what we haven't heard, we haven't say the word in a while. So let's say the word. Yo, happy belated Mother's Day and happy CovrPrice Top 10 Day. Man, I'm going to see what's good to the people.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the multiverse of the Lords. CovrPrice Top 10.
We are full of madness. Speaking of which, Justin, say what's good to the people.
I can't top that. So what's up, everybody? Appreciate everybody hanging out with us on a Tuesday night.
Yeah. Are we us? Are we multiverse versions of ourselves?
Variants?
I don't know. It could possibly be, but the show is sponsored by friends at CovrPrice.com. Go to CovrPrice.com for your price guides, collections, and trends. This is your top 10 list, the movers and checkers list. Also, our friends at Key Collectibles, Facebook.com, Instagram.com/Key Collectibles for all your CGC facilitating needs, pressing, cleaning, all that good stuff. Also, KRS Comics. Use discount code LOTLB to save 10% off any KRS Comics exclusives. This bad boy drops mañana. The Mandalorian. I've been talking about, hey man, when the Mandalorian finally comes out and we get the true first comic appearance of the Mandalorian, it's going to be hot. They have a Stephanie Hans exclusive variant dropping Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. Also tonight, special in conjunction with Jae-Hung Lee and they're going to have a Kickstarter for his new comic, Juma. I think I said that right. It's Korean for the exorcism. At 7 p.m., they're going to have a Kickstarter, and KRS Comics is going to have some exclusives. So check out KRS Comics' website as well as Jae-Hung Lee's Kickstarter. So tonight at 7 p.m. So you got 20, 30 minutes after us. And but before then, after us, check out Nearing Nirvana. They got another show spotlighting the above artists I just mentioned. So check it out. You got back-to-back of Jae-Hung Lee. But before that, let's get right to the CovrPrice Top 10. That focuses on the top 10 selling books of the week. What do we got for number runner-up?
So number 11, just FYI, there might be a few Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness spoilers in this top 10. And starting off number 11, we've got Captain Carter number 1. So Captain Carter has been the topic of many conversations amongst the community over the past few weeks. With teases abound regarding the character, strong comic sales, and multiple media iterations, fans submitted what they could as fast as they could, eagerly awaiting the return of their submission paid off as we tracked 73 copies sold, 7-day trend of 157%, and a high sale $325 for a CGC 9.8 with a raw at a fair market value of $13. Quite the premium for a 9.8. Hopefully, as more graded issues come to market, it can sustain its growth, helping keep the character around for the long haul.
Yeah, we will try to keep as spoiler-free as multiverse as possible, but there'll probably be some books on here that are related to it. But we won't outright just spoil it. Just see it. I mean, most of you guys know it. The cameos are in there, but seeing it with a group of people and their reaction to it is just. I was just on YouTube watching. You ever hear the audio reactions of movies? Because they can't show it yet, and it just it depends on what theater you go to. Also, like my theater I went to on a 3 p.m. was whack. People were like, "Man," there was a couple people, clapping. But I'm going to see it again at an AMC.
That sounds amazing. I hate it when people cheer. It's the
really
worst.
Yeah, you missed the next.
You missed like the next line.
Well, that's true, yeah, because there are some one-liners in there where you just like, when they introduce the let's just say introduce the Illuminati, where people lost their shit. So it was because I went at 3 p.m. It was like a half-empty theater. I was like, oh, good, I can get comfortable because all my AMC's were sold out, and it was that Thursday right before the Shaker show, so I had to go and see it. So I'm gonna see it again this weekend, and maybe we'll all get together and do a spoiler review on this channel. If you guys want, go check out the Comic-Con podcast on iTunes and Amazon and whatever, and YouTube. They have their already spoiler review, but we will try not to spoil it as much as we can with this list. So coming in at runner-up is Captain Carter number 1 from 2022. What do we got for number 10?
Man, this one's wild. We have Spider-Verse number 6 from Marvel Comics from 2020. So this issue features many first appearances in the Spider-Verse. You got the Spinster, Sea Spider, Spider Requiem, Garden Spider, Spider Sting, V, Sun Spider, Spider-Air, and White Widow. So, of course, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is traveling various dimensions, set to feature over 200 characters. With so many characters appearing, some of these first appearances are bound to grace the silver screen, even if it's only for a brief moment. The large number of the first appearances in this book has landed its spot on this week's list. We tracked 13 copies sold last week with a 7-day uptrend of 125%, and it had a massive CGC 9.8 sale for $1,575.
Yeah, I think I may be in this book.
Jesus, I think there's somebody in this.
Yeah, Spider-Tim may be in this book. There's so many spiders, but yeah, I remember the hype wasn't. When the first Into the Spider-Verse movie came out, it didn't really bump the market. But now I think when it does come out, I think the market will truly be affected. Because remember, that was like pre-pandemic when all the rules went out the window after the pandemic. So number 10 on the list is Spider-Verse number 6 from 2020, a 9.8 for $1,575. Damn.
I kind of want to hear Justin try to say all those S words again really fast.
I know, he was like
tongue twister right there.
You ever heard that saying, like, whoever invented the word lisp just wanted to torture people who had lisps? Number 9 is a returning champion. What do we got for number 9?
Number 9, we got Thor, God of Thunder, number 2. So Thor is back in the top 10 this week. Gore's first appearance reclaims a spot in the top 10 as fans hold tight, waiting to see a first glimpse at Christian Bale's God Butcher. This book will likely hit new highs when we finally see Gore in the future Thor trailers. We tracked 19 copies sold, 7-day trend of 93%, and a high sale of $480 for a CGC 9.8.
Yeah. Yeah, even when we got the first trailer, nobody expected to see Jane Foster as Lady Thor. So when, because I have a feeling the behind the scenes we've seen of Gore, where it's just like, I'm pretty sure there's CGI they're gonna add on top of it to make him look more like it. So but I think it's gonna melt a lot of people's minds, or people who don't know the comics be like, who the fuck is that? like my brother-in-law who didn't watch any Loki, any WandaVision, anything, and went into Multiverse of Madness, kept on asking my poor niece, what's going on? Who's that? But anyway, number 9, Thor, God of Thunder, number 2 from 2012. All right, what do we got for number 8?
So we got ourselves a DC book. We got Batman Beyond the White Knight, number 1, the second printing, but the Voile Virgin, the 1-in-25 ratio variant. So the new Robin's cameo has found another way to get back onto the top 10 list. Released just last week, Sean Murphy's beautifully illustrated ratio Virgin variant left this printing press on fire. In less than a week, we tracked 15 copies sold, 7-day uptrend of 120%, and had a high sale of $100 for a raw copy. Badass cover as well.
That is awesome.
When does the Gotham Knights video game? I could have swore there was
October 25th.
Yeah, I meant that, I know people who are not even in the comics that are looking forward to that game, so it'd be curious to see what they do with it. So I'm looking forward to it myself. I actually enjoy the Batman games more than Spider-Man. Like Spider-Man couldn't finish.
The Arkham games are games that I replay almost like once a year.
Oh yeah, they're incredible. I mean, that's why watching the Batman, it gave me some vibes of Arkham in some certain scenes. If you play the game a lot, you know what I mean. I mean, I spend hours on it, and the thing was, it wasn't too hard to finish. You know what I'm saying? Like Spider-Man, I just gave up on it after a while. It was like it is too big of a world, but it's a great game. Don't knock me. But the Batman Arkham games, when you float around, that's pretty dope. But anyway, I digress. Batman Beyond, the White Knight #1, the second print Virgin foil variant, 1 in 25 raw dog for $100. We got for number 7.
Number 7, we've got Vengeance #1 from 2011. So the multiverse of madness is here. The debut of America Chavez in the film has shined the spotlight back on her first appearance. Without spoiling any elements of the movie, Xochitl Gomez made a stellar performance as America Chavez. It seems for the foreseeable future, America is here to stay in the MCU. We tracked 23 copies sold, 7-day trend of 111%, with a high sale of $1,250 for a CGC 9.8.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the correction on you. Say her name is Sochi. I actually worked with a girl named Sochi. That's why I was shocked when she told me how to pronounce her name. And I was like, wait a second, your name is Xochtil and your name is Sochi? She goes, yeah.
I didn't know that L was silent.
Yeah, it's Xochitl Gomez. That's like more the Mayan, Mexican, like Tenochtitlan and those type of things. You know what I'm saying? It's like that form of Spanish where it's Xochitl Gomez. But either way, yeah, I found out a long time ago, and I was like butchering the name. I was like, XOTL. Can I speak to you? So number 7 on the list is Vengeance #1, 9.8 at $12.50. And I gotta admit, she did a great little job. She's not comic accurate 100%. Per se, but I would say in the movie she's younger and she's gonna learn her abilities, because in the comic book she can fly, she's super strong and everything. But this, and you just watch the movie and you'll see, and how she kind of develops her powers. It's kind of interesting. But what do we got for number 6?
Well, we got our second Captain Carter cover book on here. So this is #1, the 1 in 25 animation variant. So of course, another Multiverse of Madness book hits the top 10 after first appearing on the Disney Plus What If series. Captain Carter is seen in this teaser trailer for the Multiverse of Madness movie. It's only fitting that the same art style on the cover of her first solo series would be as well received. We tracked 22 sales last week, 7-day uptrend of 129%, and a high sale of $325 for a raw copy.
Man. Yeah,
I let this go cover for like $50 the week it came out because I thought I got it for a good deal.
Yeah. Regardless of what happens in Multiverse of Madness, no spoilers. We know she's coming back for What If Season 2, and the latest rumor I read today was Kevin Feige or somebody said that they're thinking about doing live action version of her as well, because I didn't think she could pull it off, but in live action, she killed it in the Multiverse of Madness, man. Because she's kind of like super buffed in the cartoon, but I think she did a killer job. Great actor, too. But let's take a little break, get you a little drink, and find out from our sponsor, MySlabs. Tired of paying 10, 15%? Join the 1% revolution.
The platform designed by collectors for collectors just got even better. MySlabs.com is proud to now feature dedicated sections for both raw cards and raw comic books. Browse over 100,000 slab collectibles, authenticated by the industry's most trusted grading companies. Then check out a massive selection of sealed wax and now raw singles and raw lots. Join a passionate, no-nonsense community of nearly 50,000 members and enjoy some of the best buyer and seller protection in the business. And as always, MySlabs offers one of the most disruptive pricing models in the hobby, with seller fees as low as only 1%. So the next time you're forced to pay 10%, 20%, or more to sell something from your collection, head over to MySlabs.com, the low-fee marketplace, by collectors, for collectors.
Yep, I finally got some books on my slabs. I haven't got anything, but I just listed my first Shang-Chi. I need to pay off some debt, so my special Marvel Special Edition 15 9.8 white pager is up on my slab. So make me an offer, like Doctor Strange tells Dormammu, I came to bargain. Tell me you came to bargain. I'll drop the link in there, or just search for it on my slabs. So number 6 on the list, Captain Carter. Number 1, the animation 1 in 25 variant. What do we got for number 5?
Number 5, we've got Thor number 1. The first cover appearance of Jane Foster as Thor is iconic, leading fans to think of this book when thinking of the character. That trend continues after the trailer for Thor Love and Thunder debuted, as we track 32 copies sold, 7-day trend of 89%, and a high sale of $501 for a CGC 9.8 and a fair market value raw book of $80.
Yeah, and I think Zach and I have always said also how great of Jason Aaron run this is from Thor. Before that, when he did also like Odin's son, Future Thor, or King Thor, Young Thor, and then the daughters and them fighting. I mean, it's just epic storytelling. So I don't know if they could do that on the big screen, but man, if they were to do any fraction of any of Jason Aaron's run, and we saw it in the stills, right? We saw the Falgar, the Behemoth, or whatever, literally taken from the pages of the Thor comic book. So Thor number 1 coming in at number 5, 9.8 for 501 ball arrows. Speaking of Captain Carter.
Well, we get our third Captain Carter book, Exiles number 3 from Marvel Comics back in 2018. So this is an interesting book to see on the top 10. The cover of this book has Peggy Carter in a Captain America outfit, which has led some to believe that this is the first appearance of Captain Carter, which is incorrect. As mentioned, this is the first appearance of Peggy Carter uniformed as Captain America, which is an entirely different character. The first appearance of Captain Carter in comic books was from her March 2022 series in Captain Carter number 1. However, it seems for the time being, this fandom is clamoring for this harder to find issues. We tracked 31 sales last week, 7-day uptrend of 95%, and a high sale of $500 for a CGC 9.8 for this cover A.
Damn. Man, I had this series and it was impossible to read this series. It was god-awful garbage. And I probably sold the whole run for less than like $20, man.
Well, I have on Shortbox, I have my Exiles number 3, the puzzle variant, which has her and like the what is that called, Roseate Riveter.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. Like, it's just like when it was announced James Foster was going to be Thor, right? People don't care about the continuity. They went after the what if story. They went after that what if book. So even though it's not the exact same, people don't care nowadays. Whatever the first naming or look of something, a character. Hell, for a while there, people were specking on what was that, X-23 when she was in a vial, right? She was a test tube or something like that. The collector, it's just weird sometimes, but that's what we do. So number 4 on the list is Exiles number 3. What do we got for number 3?
Man, finally a non-Captain Carter or Thor book here. So we've got Assassin and Son number 1 from Scout Comics. WWE fans are no strangers to the 2022 Hall of Famer Shad Gaspard, who wrote Assassin and Son number 1. For those that are not fans of WWE, you might enjoy the fact that Shad provided the motion capture for the infamous Kratos in 2018's God of War. Last week, news broke that the series was optioned for a movie by State Street Pictures. Since the announcement, this book has garnered increased interest. We tracked 30 copies at a 7-day trend of 203%, high sale of $80 for CGC 9.8.
Yeah, WWE actually has a movie studio. Because I remember they put out some other garbage that was like starring, what's his name, from Suicide Squad, John Cena or somebody else, some other films that they did. But
well, they did that movie based on Paige, who was Florence Pugh.
That was a comedy, right? Like her family was from,
Yeah. It's a
Oh,
great movie.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
They're like British and they grew up like WWE fans, and then but that's more like autobiographical, right? I mean, but
still from them though.
Yeah.
But he's not the first person to write comic books. Who is that one dude that went into the UFC, got his ass whooped?
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Damn.
He's a straight edge dude. Oh God. What was
Yeah,
his
I know
name?
exactly who you're
Christian?
talking about.
No, he was
Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy.
No. He was he came in.
Out there.
Yeah, he came into the WW. He came into UFC and he got his ass whooped like by
CM
cans,
Punk.
right?
Yeah, that's right.
CM Punk. There.
Oh
it is.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Good
not
job,
the
William Lee. Thank
There
you.
you go. It's not the first time a WWE wrestler has written, because CM Punk wrote a Master of Kung Fu book that was awful. It was a day in the life of Shang-Chi and his monkey. It was just god awful. It had some cool covers, but I read it, I was like, this is truly awful. CM Punk, stick back to whatever you do, but that was a truly awful. Man, hopefully this is better. So Assassins and Son from Scout Comics. All right, what do we got for number 3?
Number
I was
two,
number
actually.
Number 2.
Yeah, number 2. We
Oh,
got New
number
Avengers
2. I'm
number
sorry.
7, of course, from 2005. This book has been on and off this list. So the Multiverse of Madness has teased the debut of many new characters and new team appearances. Once the Illuminati were confirmed in the most recent trailer, fans flocked to pick up the first appearance of the legendary Marvel group. Being that the film is still fresh, we'll keep our mouths shut about who's actually in it, of the mind-blowing experience that awaits the first-time viewers. So last week, 67 sales were tracked, 7-day uptrend of 96%, high sale for $415, the CGC at 9.8, and raw copies have a current fair market value of $72 for the cover A.
I will say that, regardless of what happens, remember, there is multiple, let's just say, Google Earth 838, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So this version of, I don't want to spoil it because they even say so in the movie. What's interesting to me is they refer to the Marvel universe as the 616, and that's not even the first time. Do you remember Mysterio? Yeah, Mysterio first said it.
No. In Thor: Dark World, you can see on the chalkboard of Eric Selvig, it says Earth 616.
Oh yeah, but actually, Mysterio actually verbalized it. He told, like, he goes, "Your world is 616. I come from another one," and who would have thunk that? He would have known it back then. So, so that's kind of mind-boggling here. Let me, you know what? I forgot to download the number 1 comic, so sit tight. Say what's up to everybody in the live chat, boy, you guys, for me, because they sent it to after the fact.
It was so crazy when Slapstick came out as a member of the Illuminati, right? And then he came out with that big sledgehammer. Oh,
I don't know.
God.
Yeah.
I thought the Gambit showing up was pretty awesome.
And
That was
Gambit,
good.
Gambit,
when Slapstick hit Galactus
dude.
with the hammer, I was like, that's incredible. I don't.
Throg, the Thor frog. Yeah, dude, it was crazy.
Yeah, the Illuminati was very interesting. Seeing Ghost Rider.
Never saw it coming. Never saw it coming.
All right.
But if you want to check out our podcast, the Comic-Con podcast, that's we did a spoiler review. So if you have seen the movie and want to know Zach and my thoughts, head on over to Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple iTunes and listen to it. Oh yes, and John Longshot said Mephisto. That's right. Mephisto was actually on the Illuminati as well.
Technically, Mephisto could have been any character on the Illuminati. So that's actually you can't even deny that. Could have just been pretending.
Yeah. Spoiler alerts. Hold on a second. This is
D-Man. Oh my God. Talk about like a D-level character. D-Man.
Is that like Triathlon Man or something like that?
No. D-Man's like this whack-ass looking
I thought it was
Wolverine
3D
knockoff.
Man. Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought there was a 3D Man. All right. So number 2 on the list is New Avengers number 7. By the way, rest in peace, Neil Adams. He did a variant for this, if you're interested, that, it features the Sentry, but it's also the first appearance of Illuminati. That's a Neil Adams variant. So, I've seen some high prices on Neil Adams books recently. So number 2 on the list, New Avengers number 7. What do we have for number 1?
Number 1, we have the Mighty Thor number 326 newsstand version. Another interesting book to see in the top 10 list. The season finale of Moon Knight had many twists and turns, one of which was seeing the fantastic, spoiler alert here, if you haven't seen the end, was seeing the fantastic Layla spread her wings and soar into a brand new role, quite literally. Marvel has since confirmed her new identity as the Scarlet Scarab. What is interesting about this book is that there is no clear connection between the TV portrayal of the hero and the comic book counterpart. This is the first appearance of the second Scarlet Scarab, the son of the first Scarlet Scarab, who debuted in Invaders number 23. Regardless of this disconnect, this book has been seen a massive increase in sales since the conclusion of the Moon Knight series. We tracked 27 copies sold, 7-day trend of 551%, with a high sale of $345 for a CGC 9.6.
Yeah, so if you were to watch a show, and when she finally told what her real last name was, and you did a Google search, you will find out that it was basically the Scarlet Scarab, the original that was his name, right? And then he had a son. Obviously, the original was in the Invaders, way back when World War II era. But then there was another iteration of this. But I gotta admit, when she came out with her wings and everything, that was pretty dope.
It was very like Hawkman, Hawk Girl-esque, and it was badass.
Yeah, there's a Teen Titans character that looks very similar that George Perez did. I can't think of the character. I'm sure someone could throw it out in the chat if they know.
Yeah,
I'll
but
tell you
there
what,
wasn't.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah,
sorry.
go ahead.
No, I
was
was
just
going
gonna
to say,
say,
I think,
yeah.
I think her first appearance,
Go.
when she shows up, when the real Layla shows up in like ongoing Moon Knight, that'll be a good book to pick up because that's coming probably.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, and then
That would be the
I know a
first
lot of people don't even know. Anyway, Mighty Thor number 326 and at number 1, like a lot of people don't even know who Jake Lockley is. Like, so when they're like, "Who the fuck is that dude that shows up there?" You know what I mean? I was gonna say, there was an article that came out today from the Moon Knight producers who said there were some villains we wanted to use, but they ended up axed, and a lot of them were ones that everybody spec'd on. Zodiac. Stained Scarlet, I can never say
Stained Glass Scarlet.
Stained Glass Scarlet, and some other ones. So who knows for Moon Knight number 2, man. So when Moon Knight, I like the way they kind of made him more powerful than he was in the comics, right? When he suited up and he's got like powers and he almost like flew, right? When he like did that crazy thing. But that's for another time. Check out Moonlit Comics. They did a whole review of Moon Knight. And I'm going to be on Moonlit Comics in a couple weeks now talking Doctor Strange stuff. So watch out for that.
Strange.
Well, you know what? Here, I'll drop a link in there. Go check out our sister channel at Nearing Nirvana. They have they're going to be talking to Jay Hunk Lee about his new Kickstarter that starts at 7 p.m. So go check out them. I dropped the link there in the live chat. Zach, any last words?
No, like Justin said, check out our review of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. But be prepared. There's very spoiler heavy. So if you haven't seen the movie, wait till you've seen the movie, then come back and check it out on Spotify, Apple iTunes, or Google Podcasts.
Yep. Justin?
Other than that, if you're in the Connecticut area this weekend, those Auto and the 3 Men in a Basement are having a comic swap on Saturday. So check out I'll be up there. I know a lot of people in the comic book community going up there. So head on over to Connecticut.
Is that the 3rd, 4th annual? I'm trying. It's been going on for a while.
They've done it like twice a year. This is the second time at this place, and a lot of people are going to be up there. So,
yeah. So if you're up in the northeast area, Connecticut, go peep them out. Like I said, in the meantime, make sure you check out Near Nirvana. They're going to have Jay Hunk Lee on there. Going to talk about his new comic Kuma, which is Korean for exorcism. Also, the Kara's Comics exclusives drops. The Kickstarter drops at 7 p.m. today. We will see you guys Thursday for the Shakers List. Until next time, boys and girls, keep digging in them long boxes and peace out.
Shake and bake and pull it back.
Oh my God.
I want to get some, boy.
In the great hall of the Justice League, there are assembled the world's 3 greatest heroes, created from the cosmic legends of the universe. Their mission, to fight injustice, to right that which is wrong, and to serve all mankind.
Now that's a name I've not heard. Back it up, fuzz, buzz, buzz, buzz.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright.
Shake and bake and pull it back.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright. In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright.
I want to get some, boy. Jack, here's the deal. I'm the best there is.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright.
What's in the box?